Welcome back to the bench. Today what we're going to focus on is rebuilding a Revolver. Probably the easiest motor ever to rebuild.
Holmes Hobbies.
So the tools that you'll need to rebuild your Revolver, obviously you'll take it out of a rig, so whatever tools you need on that. And then you'll need some circlip pliers. These are by far the favorite ones that I have found. These are Knipex, 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 however you say them. The model number is 4921A01. And these are the 3 to 10 millimeter circlip pliers, I guess you'd call them. I'm not sure what these would be. But anyways, we got a little 5 millimeter circlip right there on the shaft. I don't know if you can quite see that, but maybe you can. And we use these and we take it off. That's pretty much it. So yeah, these are by far my favorite pair. So just a little, you don't want to bend it too much, just enough to get it off the shaft. Once you have your circlip off the shaft, the rotating end bell pulls off of the rest of the motor, like so, usually. Sometimes you gotta get it running. And you'll have to pardon me, I can't feel the tip of my thumb at all, so I don't have any strength. All right, we'll give her a little, there we go. Oh, I see. We got a washer on there that's holding us back. 2 washers that's holding us back. I probably bent them real nice trying to take them off like that. Yeah, so make sure you get those washers off, and hey, now it just pulls apart like it should. This is a Team Spec, so you can see that it has very fancy gold-plated magnets on the inside, and there's your stator and bearing tube all in one. So what would you need to rebuild on one of these? Potentially your bearings would go out. I would recommend EMQ3, that is electric motor quality 3 ball bearings, or ABEX 7. If you can get something that is a hybrid ceramic stainless, that would be the best. We also have ball bearings here. I'm not sure if they're currently listed on the site for this, but you can always give us a holler and we can get some for you. And if you want to get those out, the best way is going to be to come in from the inside. If your bearings are shot, which these are really high quality, so it's very rare that they are, it doesn't really matter how you get them out. If they're not shot, then don't take them out and you won't ruin them. But if they're shot, essentially, you see I've got this tool right here. You don't necessarily want to ruin a nice set of Allens doing this, but you can get it on the inside, you get it on the race, and then boop, hit it on the table, it'll pop it out. If it doesn't pop it out, you can take a, maybe a torch is too much heat, but you can put these into an oven at, I would say like maybe 180 Fahrenheit or something for a little bit. Let them heat soak for ish of 10 minutes, and then they will slide out a lot easier because the aluminum will expand more than the steel of the ball bearing race. So, and then you will technically need a ball bearing press. Honestly, if you need all that sort of rebuilding, you may want to send them in to us, but a ball bearing press would be highly recommended. What works good for us is a press that you would get from like a gunsmithing store. They're real small. You're not going to just completely destroy your motor trying to press it back in. You will also need a tool that will allow you to get into that recess for the ball bearing, which again, we have these tools. I made them myself. And you may want to send it in if it's a big rebuild, but if not, and you're totally confident in your own skills, then yeah, just do it. The other reason why you may need a rebuild is you got a bunch of crap in it. Maybe you set it down on your bench and a bunch of steel sucked into it or whatever. It's gonna be attached to the magnets. The easiest way to clean these magnets is either a bit of tape wrapped around your finger, you put it in there, you get it out, or some silly putty. Silly putty a lot of times will pull crap out of those magnets. Anything that is ferrous, any rocks that you may have gotten in that is ferrous, which means steel or iron containing, it's gonna stick to them. When you put it back together, you gotta be really careful, see? It's gonna try to like go on, and if you got your finger down here, it's gonna pinch it and probably give you a blood blister. So what I do on these smaller motors, there's a lot less force, is I grip the stator with my fingers really tight, and I go to slide this on and it'll start pulling. And as it pulls, I slightly loosen my grip, and then whoo, get your hand out of the way because it will pinch it. And there you go. We put these 2 washers back on the front side of the shaft. While you got it apart, if your bearings are not crunchy, this would be the time to give them a little bit of lube. Some zero weight motor oil would be my recommendation. You can get that anywhere. Anywhere almost. There we go. And sometimes it's kind of hard to get those to seat all the way. I see the washers are in the groove for our O-ring. So I'm gonna take that circlip off. Make sure that our washers are seated all the way down. Get past that groove. We need the groove fully exposed. It shall expose itself to us. There we go. I think, there we go. Now we should be able to get this on there. And a lot of times you can just kind of push it down. Since I have a nice chamfer where the shaft transfers from 1/8 of an inch to a 5mm, you can just slide it right over and it'll go in. And as long as you didn't overstretch it when you took it off, you should be able to reuse it many, many, many times. Otherwise, any 5mm circlip, it should pretty much work. And honestly, you really don't need the circlip, you really don't need the washers, you can just slam it back together and put it back in the rig. You may find that it has a little bit of like a vibration sound if you do it that way. It functions just fine, but yeah, circlip's not a bad idea. There you go. So that's rebuilding a Revolver. It's pretty straightforward, it's pretty easy. Let me know in the comments if you do have any further questions about it, and otherwise, thanks for tuning in. See you next time at the bench.
Holmes Hobbies. It's rebuild time. Let's make it easy. Got my RC motor, it's time for a refresh. Gold-plated magnets, you know it's the best. Pop off that clip, washers come right along. 2 pieces now, won't take me long. Easy! Then clean it up with silly putty or tape. Make it shine, no brown can't escape. Swap those bearings if they're feeling worn. Add some oil, now it's ready to perform. Silly putty or tape, making sure it's in great shape. Bearings fresh, motor bright, rebuild done, now it's out of sight. Time for a crawl, let's go! Holmes Hobbies. Holmes Hobbies.